We will call the May 7th, 2025 DRC meeting to order. I believe we do have a quorum. There's only 3 of us here. I believe there are now 4 of us here. So now we can start. we'll, we'll do a roll call. Community development is present. Police.
Andrew King.
Public services does not appear to be present today. Fire.
Jeremy Holderfield.
And building.
John Hanson.
All right. The first item on the agenda is Shops at East Shore Plan Development Amendment. First submittal. Gene Sanchez is the project manager.
Good morning. I'm sure you all are familiar with this one. This is the PD in which Publix, which we can now call out, Publix is located in. This is an amendment to the PD to convert one of the previous tracts that were called out to be a stormwater tract into a commercial out parcel. It's also to clarify the proposed use of tire sales and service within the property. And I didn't really get any comments from DRC members, although planning had some comments on architectural and site layout related things for both automotive sales, like gas stations, and tire sales and service. So if you have additional information or comments after this meeting, please feel free to send it to me, and I'm happy to convey it to the applicant.
All right. And I believe the applicant's here, Mr. Hules. You have anything to present to the DRC or any questions or comments for the applicant on this one? Okay. Hearing none. Community development has. I'm sorry, Vlad. Go ahead.
Sorry, good morning. I see there's a removal of the stormwater tract,
Yes.
and the narrative said that that has been taken care of at another location for the storage.
Yeah, I'll let the applicant
Okay.
answer that.
Morning, Jonathan Hules with the Lowndes Law Firm, 215 North Yola Drive, Orlando 32801. Vlad, to your point, when the original PD master plan / major development plan for phase 1, which was the Publix, the inline retail, and the dentist office was brought in, the area at question was shown as a stormwater tract. Correct. Along with the rear stormwater tract, which is still on the plan. Once it went through actual engineering, and it's all those plans have been submitted, approved both by you all and the Water Management District, it was determined that that rear stormwater pond was adequate to service the entire project. And it did not need that additional stormwater tract that was along the frontage on the right of way. So once that became available, that's what's kind of precipitated.
Okay, so that's already in the approved plans, yes, because the files that were attached to this submittal showed the frontage parcels 2, 3, and 4, I believe, and the southern entrance, which is the southwest entrance there, all being taken into a pipeline that will go into that pond, which this parcel is lot 6, right? So that all that has been rerouted back to the other pond.
That's my understanding from our engineer.
Okay,
because this is the once again just the entitlement section. These out parcels have not gone through major development plan or construction site planning review by the city, but our engineer has done the calculations and believes that rear stormwater pond has been adequately sized to accept that.
Okay, Gene, can we have Jordan was the record. Okay, can we have them upload those documents so we can review?
Sure. Well, I can also upload it, whatever construction site plan has been approved. I think it's just the grocer parcel.
And the dentist,
And the dentist. I'll upload all the construction site plans that have been approved. We also approved the major development plan for that bigger northern parcel, which is a age-restricted multifamily.
Yes, I do.
I'll upload that.
Okay, because I think that parcel and everything from the Publix, I think, Plaza, went into the back pond, but the frontage, those 3 parcels and the entrance roads were actually rerouted into the other ponds.
So, and I'll
Originally,
also have Jordan
Okay.
reach out to you just to make sure we're all on
Yeah,
the same page.
that was my concern.
Yeah, no problem there.
Anything additional? Okay, community development had nothing further. Police, any
No
additional
comments?
items? Public works, anything additional?
I believe that's all. Yes.
Okay. Fire,
No comments, thank you.
building.
I don't have anything, thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much. Next item, residences at Emerson Park replat first submittal. Gene Sanchez is the project manager.
So this replat is for the residences at Emerson Park. This is, I think you all are familiar with it, where it's located. The replat is really just to address relocating the drainage locations. I think there were some mistakes done in the previous recorded plat. It's to correct drainage locations on the plat itself. Vlad, I know you haven't had a chance to review this.
I did look at it last
Okay.
night, so I think it looked okay.
Okay.
I see all the easements were kind of put on it, especially the drainage easements. And
So you're good with the easements?
yes, I believe everything was okay on that.
Okay. So they just have some housekeeping comments from legal and our city surveyor to deal with. The applicant isn't able to make it here today, but we don't have any additional comments from staff.
All right. Hearing none, community development has nothing further except for the comments stated on the record. Police,
No comments?
public works,
No additional comments.
fire,
No comments, thank you.
building.
I don't have anything,
All
thank
right,
you.
thank you. Next item, Invitation Cove Major Development Plan third submittal. Amir Hamza is the project manager.
Good morning, everyone. This is a major development plan for a proposal of 43 townhomes. Future land use is mixed use, and zoning is mixed use downtown. Staff from planning and zoning did not have any further comments or questions, except that this major development plan cannot go forward for public hearings till we get the school capacity letter back from Orange County.
All right, it's my understanding the applicant's not in attendance this morning. Any questions in regards to this submittal? Community development has nothing further than what Amir stated. Police,
No comments.
public works,
No other comments.
all right, fire,
No other comments, thank you.
building.
I don't have anything, thanks.
All right, thank you, Amir. Oh, this is your project, Apopka Pickle. Construction site plan first submittal.
So this is a construction site plan for proposal of 3 pickleball courts. There's going to be a ticket office, restrooms, and on-street parking stalls. And the zoning is mixed use downtown, and future land use is commercial. Staff and applicant are available for further comments and questions.
Any questions for Amir or for the applicant on this? I know the applicant's present. Do you have any items you'd like to discuss before the DRC? Absolutely. All right.
Well, Noret's around Common Oak Engineering, 4020 Edgewater Drive, Orlando, Florida 32804. I see the comments are from Planning and Zoning, which is somewhat to be expected. I don't know if we're supposed to go across the other departments, but I didn't have any comments from them. So I would like to. Yeah. All right, going down the list. Number 2 talks about the architecturals. And that's no problem. We have told our client he needs that. He hasn't provided it at this time. The traffic impact study or analysis. How are we supposed to really do that when I thought the intent was to kind of demonstrate that you need parking in itself, but we were told that this area of the district doesn't require off-site parking. So we've tried to do on-site parking.
About the parking plan?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, every CSP, it's still like, even if it says not required, you still have to mention like parking plan, but it says not required if it's 0.
So we can just say not required. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, but you have to mention that it's a mention a parking plan on the CSP.
Understood.
So,
Yeah.
so Amir, when it comes to that, I haven't had a chance to look into more details, but I just glanced at that before the meeting. You're providing 2 on-street parallel parking and one handicap, right?
Right.
Is there, Amir, is there any other parking available? I briefly looked on the aerial. I couldn't see any other parking around the area here.
No, it's just the on-street parking.
Okay, but is that going to be enough for how many courts we have here? 3?
That's what he's saying. There is no requirement, and we just need to basically mention that on the plan.
Yeah, the Land Development Code doesn't have a requirement for on-site parking for this use in the mixed-use downtown zoning district. So there is no requirement for parking.
They asked us to explore the idea of providing it, and we feel that this is.
Will it work better if we provide maybe like a 60-degree angle parking there?
We were told parallel is ideal, perpendicular is not at all ideal, and angled, I would imagine, is less ideal.
Okay, because to me this seems very similar to the Kitlan Nelson Park, and we have actually 90-degree parking there on both sides of the park. We can look into that. The other question that I had was, is the intention to overflow the pond into the right of way? Is there a swale there? It's hard to tell.
Do you have a grading plan? Maybe. If it were to overflow, and it's providing basically a foot of storage for the difference in that basin, it would go into the right of way. Yes.
Okay, then from
Again, it's only 9,000 square feet if you read the stormwater statement. So technically, it's exempt entirely.
Okay, I'll take a closer look at it.
Okay.
I just glanced at it. I didn't have a chance to look at it.
Yeah, and then 90-degree parking, I think that's against code because you're backing out into traffic. So that's why the parallel is what the city wants.
Moving on, the phase 1 we got with Shikania, so thank you for providing that. Concurrency letter. Who does that these days?
I sent the form to whoever sent the asked for it. I think it was the permitting.
Oh, you sent it to her, you're saying?
I sent it.
Okay, thanks. Parking plan, we went over that. Setbacks. When I look at the code, I see not applicable. So is that correct as well?
Which setbacks?
Setbacks for the MD.
You still have to include the information.
Understood. Okay.
Of course, it's not, but you still have to include it on the
I got you.
CFP.
All right. I guess for me the biggest one was this open space requirement. You want us to not demonstrate, but show again. This is like 100% open space according to the code, right? Because it's recreation.
You can still mention it in the CSP, even if it's 100, but you still have to mention the percentage.
Yep, the landscape plan. I kind of asked Gene about this in the beginning, because most recreational places, especially a court, need a fence that will not allow the ball to exit the play area, and I just don't know how to.
Didn't you discuss with staff a security exemption plan for the
Yeah.
fence? Which is fine, but you can also add some hedges if you want.
What we really want is probably to put some trees inside to eventually over time provide shade to the players.
That would be great.
All right, good.
In the security exemption plan, you just need to submit a letter for that for the fence.
Okay.
And then we'll review it accordingly and make a determination on that. One question: have you reached out to the railroad about?
Yes,
Okay.
they want an 8-foot minimum fence.
8-foot minimum fence.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah.
Just put it on your CSP once the exemption plan is approved that you got one.
Okay, so you're saying a placeholder at this time? Okay.
Yeah, and you can just send a letter to us for the exemption plan.
Okay, thanks. We'll do. The photometric, we've got one with the client as well, and we've got one with grant administrator. Or administrator.
You're gonna need to provide irrigation too on the CSP.
Even for as a tree.
Yes, no.
Yeah, really.
Landscaping items.
Well, once it's established,
Planted
a tree doesn't necessarily get.
well,
Well, but 30 days it could be established if we just water it.
well, you can guarantee it for a year, absolutely.
Yeah. So sort of just mention this in the letter.
No, you noted.
Noted. Okay.
Out there to water it every day.
I'm gonna be playing there. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
So you're saying we'll see you out there with a bucket with the watering every day?
Honestly, I just got a street tree in my house and it's doing great.
All right. Any other questions?
No.
Narat.
Nothing.
Okay. Any questions for the applicant? Hearing none. Community development has nothing further. Police.
No comments.
Public works.
No other comments.
Fire.
No comments.
Building.
I don't have anything. Thanks.
All right. Thank you. All right. The next item is the Ridge Parcel 7 construction site plan first submittal. Gene's project manager.
This is a proposed construction site plan for really the westernmost portion of the Ridge PD. And it's just to construct two commercial buildings on there. I had a couple of insignificant comments that needed to be corrected on the cover sheet. Otherwise, I don't know if Vlad, you've had a chance to look at this, but
I didn't.
you did?
I did not.
Okay, so I'll wait and resend the comments as soon as you let me know
Yes.
you've completed review. But otherwise, planning has no comments. I didn't get comments from the rest of the divisions and departments either. So
Okay. Is the applicant in attendance this morning? Does not appear to be. Okay. All right. Community development has nothing further. Police.
No comments.
Public works.
No comments at this time. We'll try to complete them by the end of the week.
Okay. Thank you. Fire.
No comments.
Building.
I don't have anything. Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Next item is Ridgebrook, formerly known as Plymouth Harbor Construction Site Plan First Submittal. I am the project manager on this. This is the CSP. The City Council approved the major development plan, I believe, about a month ago. The construction site plan is consistent with all elements of the approved major development plan. Planning had some very minimal comments on this, very minor comments. The applicant's in attendance. Is there any questions for the applicant on this? Or does the applicant have any questions for staff? You do? Okay.
So morning, Jeff Summit with Summit Engineering. Just a couple of clarifications in regards to the planning comments. I think we addressed the photometrics issue that went away. In regards to the gopher tortoises, we need a letter from a municipality saying that the project is approvable before we can actually obtain that permit from FWC. So I just don't want that to hold up the approval letter on the CSP from that perspective, but obviously we're working on it.
Yeah, and then in that case, you couldn't start site construction until we...
Correct. We can get the pre-con anyway.
Yes. Yep.
Right. So we're working on that. I just don't want it to hold the approval on the CSP. And then Vladimir, in regards to utilities and engineering, I know we talked about this the other day, this project specifically and a couple of others. I need to get some information in regards to that lift station. I've emailed Kevin, so if you can help push
Okay.
to give me that information.
Yeah,
And then
I did request that from them, but
okay.
we
And
only
then-
received on the other project. which
Yeah, I
is-
did. I went through that last night. I sent you guys an email on my thoughts on that last night. So just let me know what you think about the assumptions I made and whether you guys are comfortable with those connection pressures to that force main. And then when do you think I can anticipate comments on this one?
Probably by the end of the week.
Okay, because I need to really get this one pushed back in. I think Bobby's stuff's pretty minor. I didn't see anything from police, fire, or building. So
Yes.
Is there-
we'll try to take care of it.
do we need to come back to DRC on this one if it's just outstanding items with?
If it's just outstanding items, I'm okay with that. If everybody else is fine with that, we could just solve it through emails.
Yeah, and I'll just update the plans accordingly before we go to approval and stamping. Okay,
Okay.
just get with me, Vlad, when you got a second.
Yes. Yeah,
Thanks.
Absolutely. Yes. Thanks.
All right. Community development has nothing further. Police,
No comments.
public works,
No other comments.
fire,
No comments.
and building.
I don't have anything. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you. Next item, Coral Hills construction site plan first submittal. June Son is the project manager.
Good morning. This is the first submittal of CSP on 2301 Coral Hills Road. The subject property has a future land use of industrial, zoning of light industrial. The total size of the building is about 11,000 square feet, requiring 35 parking spaces and 5% open spaces. Special exception permit for outdoor storage as a principal use has been approved in February 2024, and security exception plan for 8 feet tall fences has been approved in June 2024. Planning has no major comment except for parking plan, and applicant is available.
Okay, the applicant is in attendance. Do you have any questions for the DRC in regards to the comments that you received? If you could come up so we can get you on the record, please.
Morning. I'm Mitchell Calloway with Dewberry. So I just wanted to go over some of the parking requirements. So we have a garage and an office space that's proposed. The parking is really just intended for the office. So we were planning on showing parking just for that portion of the square footage.
So I consider garage as a like storage purpose, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That would be, I consider that as a part of business, so it has to be considered as a parking space requirements.
The the person's using the office would also be using the garage. So it's not additional personnel that's added because of the garage. It's really just internal storage space.
Okay, I'll take a look into it and have a discussion with the plan manager.
Okay.
Yeah, and the code does have minimum parking space requirements. It's in chapter 5, I think section 5.1, somewhere like that.
Okay.
So that's what we would be reviewing against.
Okay.
If it's something that you cannot comply with, you can supply a parking study and compare it against like facilities.
Okay.
And
That's
that would
the
be
only way
reviewed.
to get some sort of variance. Is
Correct.
A full study.
Yes.
Okay. And then that was pretty much it. I think there is stuff that we have to clarify in the plans for the open space because that was one of the larger comments. Was there anything else?
Okay. Any comments or questions for the applicant? Hearing none, community development has nothing further. Police,
No comments.
public works.
Our comments will be ready by the end of the week.
Okay. Yeah. Fire
No comments, thank you.
and building.
I don't have anything. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Next item, 4101 Golden Gem Residential Construction Site Plan. First submittal, Gene Sanchez is the project manager.
This is the construction site plan for the 54 single family units east of Golden Gem Road and north of Capitol Reef Way. I didn't have really any comments. I mean, planning did not. I think the tree removal has been taken care of previously from from the, I think it was initially done through the very initial phase of this entitlements for wild oaks. So I don't have any other comments. I didn't receive any comments from development review committee members either. But I think, Vlad, you haven't reviewed this yet?
We haven't yet.
Okay.
Yes.
So maybe towards the end of the week, we'll
Yes.
send a revised
We'll-
comment
yeah.
package.
We'll try. We just had 9 items, and
No.
we're short stuff, and we.
Yes, understood. So maybe at the end of the week or early next week.
Okay. The applicant's in attendance. Do you have any questions or comments for the DRC?
Mackenzie Surgeon with Kimley Horn Associates. Yes, we'll look forward to your comments, Vladimir, or if you want to touch base real quick after this meeting, I can walk through a couple of things with you.
Yes, that would be great. Yes.
Okay, perfect. And then, Jean, yes, the tree removal was covered under the mass grading portion of that. We can submit that documentation. That's all.
All right. Thank you. Community development has nothing further. Police,
No comments.
public works.
No comments.
All right. Fire,
No comments, thank you.
building.
I don't have anything. Thanks.
All right. Next item. Lisa Lane subdivision. First submittal, Amir is the project manager.
So this is a CSP for 11 single-family lots on 3.58 acres. Zoning is RTF residential 2-family, and future land use is residential very low suburban. Applicant and staff are in attendance for further comments and questions.
All right, thank you, Amir. Being that this is under 25 units per the Land Development Code, it is not required to go to Planning Commission and City Council for public hearings. Only the plat would be required to do that. Applicants here, any questions for the DRC on the comments that you received?
Josh Enot, Kimley Horn, 200 South Orange Avenue. Only question is more for when engineering comments would be ready, but I see that you're really backed up.
All right.
Yes.
So, yeah, engineering will get you the comments as soon as they can.
Yes.
Okay.
Community development has nothing further. Police, any further
Okay.
questions? Okay. Public Works.
Just briefly, is this the one at the end of the road, Lisa Lane? I believe it dead ends.
Yes, correct.
Is it on the west side or it's the east side?
Yeah. The road comes from the west side, so it's west to east, and then
Okay.
there is an East Lisa Lane on the that comes from the east side. However, it doesn't extend to the parcel next to us.
Okay.
So
Yeah. I'm mainly concerned about the utilities, but I think we have available utilities there.
yes, there's a sewer and water on this side.
All right, thank you, Vlad. Fire, any questions, comments?
No comments. Thank you.
All right. Building.
I don't have anything. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Any items for discussion?
I have one thing,
Okay.
and I know Vlad's backed up, but is it fair to these people that come in here to keep getting put off? I mean, there's no one else that could review Vlad except yourself.
Well, there's only me and Doug at this
Right,
point,
right.
and we're just getting slammed.
No, I understand, but I feel bad for some of these people that have to keep coming back.
And I'm trying, believe me.
Yeah. No. I know you
I
are.
was up to 1:30 last night.
No, I
Just trying to catch up with.
and
some-
Richard ran into this at one point himself.
Yeah, and we are in the process of hiring 2 engineers at
Okay.
this point, so hopefully that will happen within the next
Right.
3 to 4 weeks.
Okay. I just feel bad for them that they have
Yeah,
to come
no,
back.
I
You
know.
know, that's all. That's all I was saying.
I feel the same. That's why that's why I stay late, just trying to catch up.
Okay, anything additional? All right, we're adjourned.